Call to order. Our Laredo Convention and Visitors Bureau Advisory Committee meeting today is Thursday, September 1st, approximately 8:42. We begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we have a moment of silence. Okay. Moving on to roll call. We begin with Mr. Raymond Camina,
Present.
Mr. Gabriel Castillo, Ms. Elizabeth Flores,
Present.
Ms. Judith Gutierrez, Mr. Omar Minjas, Mr. Salo Otero,
Here.
Marita Ramirez, present, Magali Rodriguez.
Present.
One of our members is asking for an excused absence, which is Mr. Omar Minjas. He has a business travel today, so
I move we approve.
I second it.
motion carries to excuse Mr. Minjas.
And Judy.
I'd like to welcome Ms. Judy.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Sorry, just that I could be.
You're in time. You're good.
I know. Every time I said, am I with, I'm
You still-
clear?
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're still okay.
All right.
Started.
Yeah.
Barely.
I know, okay.
I'm using the fork, but
Yes.
I'm eating the tortilla.
That's cheating.
So do we have any public or citizen comments to bring to our meeting today?
Well, Madam President, to have as my guest again, Ethel Pettis,
Welcome, Ms.
and
Ethel.
we might consider her making an honorary board member of this committee, or an at-large member, right? Consideration. She's been here many times.
Yes.
I'm already on the
We
library.
need the public.
Good. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
Moving on to the approval of our minutes from the August 4th, 2022 meeting, which is on page
3 should be.
3. Sorry.
No, we did.
Do we have any changes or corrections to be brought to the meeting, to the minutes from August 4th?
There are no deletions, additions, or corrections, so I'd like to move. that
I
We
second.
approve the minutes as submitted.
The minutes of our meeting is approved. Moving on to the review of the financial statement, which is, I believe, on page
Page 6.
6.
Yes. Morning, Madam Chair. We are, with our summary of our financial statements is page 6, 7, and right now we're basically already finishing the fiscal year. So, you know, everything's been coming good, so we've been doing good. So I don't know if you have any questions in regards to, as you can see on page 7, we up to date, the actuals that we've been collecting more, so.
Ahead, yeah.
Yes, so we've been doing good on collections.
Well, that's
That's
impressive.
really good,
Mhm.
more than what was forecast.
Yes, so you can see we're,
Very good.
projections, it's a little bit over 600,000, a
Mhm.
little bit over 600,000, so.
I just wanted to make a comment on the minutes. I'm sorry that I got busy reading. On the volunteer
Mhm.
thing, we signed a memorandum of agreement with TAMU, Laredo Main Street,
Okay,
to have volunteers and to give us preference on festivals.
Okay.
And so if we can help in any way, because of that memorandum, we'll be happy to do the Laredo Main Street.
Okay, awesome, thank you, Mayor.
So if you can just, Aileen's on the board, so she'll,
Sure, okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, for this past year, we realized that based on city ordinance, if it's anybody over than 18, they have to get background checks with police and sheriff.
Oh,
So that was a lot of
issues.
issues.
It
anything if
takes
it's,
time.
yeah, even college students that had just graduated and they were going to college and wanted to volunteer, it was just an additional expense, so this, yeah, so they're saying, I'm volunteering and I still have to pay for it.
Sure.
A lot of the young people, well, the ones that are in school,
In
they're
school.
community hours. they
Yeah.
go for their-
So the ones that are still in high school, under 18, they don't need a background check, so. But for next year, we're planning on reaching out earlier during
Okay,
the year, so right after basically Christmas vacations, we're gonna start
that'd be
pushing.
good.
So we kind of already have a little plan of how we're gonna do it to try to attract more.
Do they have to pay
The,
for the background check?
if they're 18 and over, yes.
How much?
I believe it's $8 each.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's like $16, $20 more or less.
Now,
And you really, it just gives
is it
you
a
a
possibility to wait?
No, it's texting you.
No,
You
I'll tell you in a minute.
No,
I'd like
because,
to welcome Mr. Gabriel Castillo into our meeting.
he looks so happy.
welcome, Mr. Castillo. But I appreciate it, Mayor. We'll definitely reach out to Main Street if there are any other volunteers.
Okay, does anybody have any other questions as far as the financial statements, comments, or anything to bring up to our meeting?
I was gonna ask about the expenditures, because I know that we have the revenues that are
Mhm.
coming in very well.
Yeah,
The expenditures are within what the budget,
that is correct,
what the
yeah.
budget is.
Yeah, we normally, we budget a certain amount, and there's some projects that for whatever reason, we didn't have a chance to do it, but most of them we try to exhaust the money. But we would never go over, what was projected, so we're always mindful, that if there's not a need for it, then we won't use it. And, so we try to be, to manage our expenditures not to exceed more than it was approved by council.
We used to have the other financial statement that
Mhm.
showed all the expenses and
Mhm.
everything like that. That was not in our meeting.
No, I think
anymore.
we haven't included it in a while, I think.
Yes, there had been a request for a change on the financials, so we started doing this internal one. But I needed to at any point,
Yeah.
if you all wanted to bring that one back, or
Okay.
maybe include both,
I
we
think
can
we
get that
do
from our
that.
accountant and
Okay.
include it in the packet.
Yeah, because it does show some of the expenses
Expenses, yeah.
and not all the details.
Details, but it
think
gives
were-
More
Yeah.
detail.
Yeah, yeah, we can do that.
Yes, we
Madam Chair.
can start bringing it back.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. So if there's no other comments or questions with the financial statements, we're moving on to the August 2022 reports, which I believe is on page 8.
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair. So as you know that we've been changing to some key objectives, and we have 4 pillars of those key objectives that are part of our strategic plan. And so if you go to page 9, between 9 through 13, you see some of the activities that we did for that month of August. And the first thing that we wanted to highlight is that we had a special destination training with the Laredo Rotary and the Newcomers Club. And so we hadn't done it since COVID, so it was the first one. And we had, I believe, 22 people that participated, so it was good. We got to take them to the history. We got to see the new part of the display at the Republic of Rio Grande, which is really new. They're gonna do a big thing, but we took part of that, so that was really nice too. I told Lalo and Andrea, wow, your exhibit is really nice and super nice, super state of the art. They're doing a lot of changes to the museum, so kudos
Yes.
to the board and to Margarita.
I would invite everybody
Yes.
to go and see the exhibit.
Yeah.
It is.
Very nice.
Very nice, yeah. So we,
Somebody on my Facebook put that they had gone on this tour.
yeah.
And they said that they had lived in Laredo all their lives, and they didn't understand how important our history is. And they loved the tour, and I'm gonna recommend it to everybody. And then another person put that they had just moved in and they were happy. They had just moved back.
Oh, okay.
And they had left when they were very young. And so they felt like, you know, they felt like coming back was the right thing to do because of this wonderful knowledge that they got about their wonderful city, wonderful and wonderful.
Yeah.
Just saying, so
I wish
that's okay.
everybody in Laredo would
Should
take
go.
that, yes. Because I mean, you look at things and you think you know everything.
No.
But you don't know anything until you go on the
No.
right.
And then you forget.
I think that initiative has, I realized the other day that that initiative has to be taken upon us, and I was trying to look and see what we're doing as an organization that we could do better. And the other day we were signing a contract for the Center for the Arts, and the assistant city manager said, "Oh yeah, I've been here once to a wedding," and I realized this is the reality. You know, people. You know, well, what does the center do? Like, they were questioning several things, like what does the center do for Laredo? What's the return? And so if our city's asking that, so then that shocks me a little bit, but at the same time, like I said, we take responsibility. I always think of ways that what was my responsibility here? Maybe we're not informing them the way we should. And quite frankly, I took it back to the board and I said, we need to provide quarterly reports to the city, 3-minute, 4-minute presentation on what we're doing for the next 3 months. Because apparently we're not doing a good job there, because apparently they don't know what the center brings to the downtown area. The fact that it's the last probably standing, you know, nonprofit in downtown, you know, this is not enough. We have to do more. So that's what we have to do. And I think in Webb County Heritage, you know, I was thinking about that too, because I think doing virtual tours of that and putting them online, I know that I've seen that, I'm not saying that I've a great idea of mine, I've just seen it in other places where they take you on a virtual tour. It's not the same as seeing it in person, but it entices you to go and see the real thing.
You get a little glimpse of it.
preview.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I agree, even for businesses to do that. I think businesses should take you through a tour of their location and what they're doing, like your place. Your place is so neat, it's so fun. I mean, I just go there just to look, just to go see what, well, there's so many neat things that you just want to go, but you know, taking a tour, and I think your commercials kind of do
Yeah,
that.
kind of do a video.
Yeah.
You actually walk into the store, the door's open, you go down the hallways and.
Yes,
someone's
I've seen
narrating
those.
it.
They're really
So it
nice.
brings in people. It does.
Yes.
And then people know, and when they plan to come to Laredo, you know, that could be a big plus, is that already know this place, that place, you know, kind of, and people do plan, like when we do, you know, my friends always plan the itinerary, and they like to go to off the beaten path places,
Right.
not the usual. They wanna go.
You discover so many things, just like, wow, was this here all along? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like people that go to a museum or go to an exhibit, or
Yeah.
we're having a movie in Cantinflas.
Cantinflas, yeah.
September the 23rd, and it's, you know, like the exhibit, the poster exhibit, that Freddie, what's his last name? I'll get in a minute. But anyway, you know, we had so many people go to that poster exhibit.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Cantinflas he created, como dice, un personaje. That's what he was.
Yeah.
I mean, he really, and he has transcended time and everything, you know, because.
I have his
he is,
autograph.
do you?
Wow.
Yes, I told Margarita. Yeah. Oh,
I have a picture, my sister saw it with Cantinflas at a party here in Laredo, and I took her, you know, and it was.
Yeah, he used to come so much to
I know.
Laredo.
Well, you know, he was a very good friend of Joe Jackson.
Cantinflas.
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 Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, this whole exhibit of the posters, if you haven't seen it, you need to go, because it's, I mean, they're posters that.
Unbelievable.
Yes, and they're a lot of them are from Mexico, but, you know, he was very popular in other parts like, he would Italy, and he went to France, and the posters are, you know, that he has, you know, show the difference, you know, the Mexican posters and the ones that made. And and then in Spain also. Well, he was married to a Russian woman, you know.
That's right.
He was.
That's right.
So, you know, a lot of people know that. Pero, that was.
Well, Elaine and I met with a lady from Pittsburgh, who was here to, with the D.D. Hachar Trust. And we took her to, because she said something about, oh, so sad about, you know, Mexico and not being able to buy the products. So I said, I'm glad you mentioned it. So we took her down sometime and she was amazed. She was just truly amazed. And so then we had, like you said, we had lunch at La India. And she was just in heaven, in heaven.
You know, it's a place that a lot of people don't think about.
Yeah, she told the owner, this is the best chicken salad I have ever eaten. And she travels everywhere.
it's delicious.
That's a
I
comment.
just had chicken salad yesterday.
Monday?
I just had chicken salad sandwiches. I belong to the library committee,
Uh-huh.
and it's at 5:30, or is this at 5 o'clock? And that's what they treated us.
Oh, yeah.
They're delicious, as always.
I deal with a lot of retail people every day. One of the things a lot of tourists tell me is the restaurants in Laredo. And they tell me restaurants I didn't know about. And I think that's so common, and that's,
Yeah.
and I know you're focusing on that, but
Yeah,
it's a lot more bigger than we actually, I thought,
yeah,
the restaurants.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
yeah, restaurants, the history, very important for the
It's
city.
a
It's like when you
big
go
deal.
out of town, I mean, let's say, you're at, call any city, whatever, you know, New York or Boston, or, and then, do you wanna go to a Mexican restaurant? No. Why would we wanna go?
Yeah,
I mean, it's all the restaurants are better here than Mexican restaurants.
With all of these great comments about the city, what about a local campaign? We advertise a lot of, you know, to Mexican
Mhm.
market, to US market. What about, you know,
Rediscover Laredo.
yeah,
Rediscover Laredo.
something that, so now you can have multiple people promoting Laredo
Yeah.
because our own people from our own city
Can
we're
be
not
the
that-
tourists.
Yes,
They
and
can
we
be
don't,
the tourists.
we don't do a good job promoting our city.
You're exactly right.
And there might be great
Yeah.
ambassadors like you, but there might be a lot more that have never visited or experienced, so
yeah, well,
what you guys did with this club is great, so maybe reach out to other clubs, other organizations, and maybe focus more on
You know,
that.
a lot of the teachers, you know, bring their children to the museum
yeah,
at the end, you know, portion of the school year.
school trip,
And some of those kids have never been downtown.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
They live
And we
in other areas.
we
I
do
mean,
some
South
DTs for them
Laredo.
as well. We've done DTs for Tiny U, for high schools.
I think just by looking at downtown, it's very, very sad. So I guess one of our main focuses needs to be, we need to beautify the downtown, to
Yeah.
embrace.
And that's
people.
gonna work.
And
We're
that's gonna
working
bring
on it.
people
Yeah.
down, you know.
We're working on it.
Is
You
that
know, it takes a
anywhere-
lot of money, but we have 10 owners that are small owners, not like the bigs, the Phallics and, you know, all of those folks. But we have 10 that are very, they're what we call small, you know, they don't own a lot of buildings. And one of them lives in Florida and refuses to do anything with the building. But I think we're finally, you know, getting to him. But it's working. And we are getting some, Henry is going to help us get some money to what do they call it? Revitalize historical buildings. Like bring them up to date, like the ones that don't have sprinkler systems and things like that. Yeah, so that's going to be
The
very helpful.
requirements, you know, for the fire department are, you know, are some of the it's very costly for some of these buildings.
Oh, yeah.
So they don't have that.
No, it's
And
very costly.
And then their buildings are not being rented right now, so they're losing income, you know.
Like that house that's right next door to the Union National Bank.
Yes, I know.
He's been working on it. I think he's already spent, I don't know how much money. And so he asked us, he said, we're having trouble with the city. So I went to check, and so he has this whole new addition that he added, because it was falling apart. And I said, did you get a permit? And he said, no, because I didn't know about it. You know, so it's steps that they have to take, and so we're trying to help. So Laredo Main Street is getting a little bit more involved in that, so that they can come to us
Educate them.
and we can guide them, yes.
Yes,
And it can go a little smoother.
Because I'll help you out, because I'm gonna help the organization out, because you
Well, I
have.
think Laredo Main Street, I
Exactly.
think Laredo Main Street also has to, and back in the old days, when we were at the center, we were actually trying to put together a class, a short seminar for downtown businesses in particular, to learn two things. One was the permit requirements, and two was the historical or hysterical commission issues. Because a lot of times they would do things or start a process, start
Yes.
paying, and they didn't realize, oh no, you need a certified painter, you need a certified,
Right.
sign maker, you need a certified, and
Yes.
they waste all this time thinking they're ahead of the game, and they're not, because then they send them back, and then they have to sit back a year. I asked the TV station to do a story, and he said, because I wanted to focus on downtown, on the new businesses that were downtown. So he started the story, and I gathered a few businesses downtown. He said, this is a monster. He said, this is a lot. He said, I can't just do this one segment. He got together, he didn't realize all the, not only dreams and prospective, ideas, but all the issues to get to those dreams and ideas.
Oh, yes.
There's so many obstacles.
Oh, yes.
And he
Not
said,
easy.
this is gonna be like a 3-segment, because they're proposing a TV show through the Chamber of Commerce. We're proposing a TV show to promote business in general. But I asked them to start, they asked me to put it together, and I wanted the first one to be downtown. And so I got everyone together, but it's taken literally 2 months because there's so much information now on just downtown. But the other part's gonna be on the downtown nonprofits, and especially those that are doing something to promote downtown. So that's what's gonna be so important. But the one thing that we realized, speaking to these business owners, and the sad part is they're young, and they're got so much drive and so much eagerness to do, and then they get, shut down.
Exactly.
And it's so sad
Yeah.
that they're just like, no, forget it, I'll go to Austin, let me just take this to San Antonio, the idea. And please go support Radical Cafe.
Did
It's
you
a
know
great-
in the back of that Bill Hearnster with
Yes.
his little?
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
It's so
I mean,
good, it's
I
so
know.
cool, it's so different, there's always room
And
for,
he had problems, a lot of
And he did a
problems.
Still.
great job.
Can you need parking? Can you need this? Can you need that? I
well,
mean,
they're still holding back on
Let them
the,
like the signage.
and the thing is
Yes.
Things
that,
that the neighbors
and the
complain.
thing is
Yes.
that neighbors are complaining
Yes.
about the wine and liquor deal too.
Yeah.
And the idea is
But
that
it's not gonna attract.
well, that's what I told him, but see, that's the thing, once again, I put it back on us and I put it back on him. You need to explain what you're doing. If
Right.
you say wine and liquor, oh God, it's a bar, I would
Right.
get upset too, I don't want a bar next to, it's part of the lunch, it's part of the lunch
Right.
experience, part of the
Right.
dining experience, it's not gonna be a bar. So those are the things you have to go out there and tell people.
Yeah.
And explain to them, because they don't, they don't understand,
Yeah.
and I get it, they don't want a all-night brawl happening, because it could, too. So this is the plan, this is what my intention is, and I think it'll work.
Yeah.
Already
That's
it's
awesome.
working for them, and I try to push that as much as possible to anyone, but it is something that takes education.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
effort.
Yeah.
There are places, that people need to find out about, and
Yeah.
we complain about the streets here in Marin. Have you ever walked in New Orleans?
Oh.
Yeah.
Dirty and stinky and
Oh.
everything else. It's packed.
packed.
There was a.
Lots of ways you smell it.
And
Lots of
let's
ways
not
you smell
complain
it.
about, those of us that, then you go there and you say, well, my God, it's a trash can. There's, you're.
There's a story I heard about a year ago. It's an Italian restaurant in Dallas that the church started complaining because they were gonna open up and they were gonna serve wine. So the church started all this, and so they were told they couldn't sell wine. So they decided, well, I'll let the customers, they can bring their own wine. They'll just provide the glasses. And they're doing more business than they ever thought.
No.
Yes,
Wow.
you bring your own bottle of wine, they'll just give you the glass. They're not responsible, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you bring 10
Right.
bottles.
Yeah.
Everybody just brings their one to have it with it. Because Italian dinner
Yeah.
usually goes with wine.
If you ever been to Wizard Wicks, it's the same thing, they
Yeah.
sell one thing, you bring your own bottle of wine and beer and everything.
All because the church
Jolly good
instigated
time.
it.
I think the church of course.
There's a
Court fee that
Yeah.
should be.
And you're right, they think wine, oh, it's a bar.
Because
Wine is a
there's never
restaurant.
space
Right.
or pizza or
That's
anything.
right, I mean, you know, it's-
Well, if Eileen was here, she would tell you that Laredo Main Street is making an inventory of the downtown buildings so that we can tell whoever asks which ones are vacant, who the owner is, and we're gonna reach out to them, and what the condition of the building is, and if it needs, and what it needs. And we're working with the fire department and everybody else to get to that. So that inventory is gonna be open for everyone.
And I think you should share that with city council.
That's what I think, that was exactly what I
That's
was
what
gonna
they
say.
should, they should.
I think.
Yes,
because
yes,
you
it's a
know,
big
Because you're
initiative.
going to push to get rented, they're gonna get rented. Because
Right.
you're giving a lot of information, a lot of knowledge to the person that wouldn't ordinarily, how to go about doing it.
Right,
Every big city or every city that has a downtown or has an area. I remember going to St. Louis and going to Union Station. I mean, that place was a mess. And the
And now-
city got, they got together, with the city council and the business community, and they gave them, credits for, their buildings. They gave them money actually to rebuild. You
That's
ever
what
see it now, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do the same thing, I
Yeah.
think, with
but it's gotta be, it's not only the city putting in money, I think it's gotta be the landowner has to participate as well.
But
with,
private
you
sector
know,
investment,
Yes.
I mean, that's another thing too. The Pearl is some private sector investment. The
Right.
city participated with some tax probably cuts, but that's as much as the city can do, and I realize that, too. But private sector has to step up to the plate too.
Exactly.
You have to set up a plan that can attract that
Right.
private investment.
And there is
right?
one,
And-
the TERS, because this is, the good thing about the downtown is that it's got a tax increment reinvestment district. So it's got somewhere to go. In most cities, like the one you mentioned, there's like 15 of them,
Oh, wow.
just for downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we have one, and, we're trying to make it work. So that, with the business district, is gonna work to revitalize downtown. But, it just takes a lot of
incentives.
volunteer
Incentives, yes.
effort. Yesterday, we had a meeting for 5 hours,
Really well.
Main Street,
just to come up with how we're going to approach those landowners to help and participate.
And that's really important because there's a lot of investors. There's probably people that are wanting to invest,
Yes,
but they don't know where to go, where to check, what to
Where they're
see.
going and
Exactly.
money, yeah.
Exactly.
That's great. I mean,
And they have to know that they're gonna get a return for their
well,
investment.
unfortunately, we've gotten a bad raps.
Yeah.
We've gotten a bad rap for being slow in
Exactly,
cities.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yeah.
It's
And
true, I
There's
mean,
so many.
We have a bad reputation for
obstacles.
having, a slow city, permit issue.
Yes.
And those, that has to be fixed too, and I think, once again, I say, we put it on ourselves that we need to tell the city that. We need to tell the city and council that, this is happening, these are prospective ideas, but we need your help because it's not happening on the city side.
Yes.
For whatever reason, and totally understandable, sometimes it's staff. Whatever, but it's still, but you try and keep an open mind
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
give them the opportunity to fix it,
Yeah.
and to do something about it, because otherwise, we're doing a report right now, for the state, and it's amazing that we are not only the largest, still the largest inland port, but the money that's here, there's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of
You
money.
can tell by the cars that are on the streets.
And the bridge revenue,
Yeah.
that bridge
You
revenue.
see a lot of
on the
Teslas?
bridges, There's a,
My neighbor has a Tesla.
We-
Our taxes would be sky high if it wasn't for the bridge revenue.
well, and, that's why it's so important that the people that we elect are people that realize we're handing 7 people, like, here's all the millions of dollars, you all figure out what you, that's, I mean, to me, that's scary.
Yes.
If they're not knowledgeable, business-minded, you know, intelligent people, then, yeah, okay, you know, yeah, okay.
They'll take somebody else's.
I'm so scared of that, because that's so sad that that's what it.
Well, you need to run then. I gotta be a person.
I'm not good at math, I'm not good at math. But I will call someone who'll be helpful.
No, but we really do need to see, you know, and I'm
Yeah.
glad that y'all are doing that, because I think
Yeah.
we need a shakeup in the city.
And you will.
We're also preparing a service plan and asking those landowners, what do you need? What would you like to see? What do you see, you know, that's around you? Do you want more lighting? Do you want, you know, what do you want? So that's, you know, it's gonna be a big effort, but we're gonna do it.
I think you can, I think you should, because I think there's gonna
Oh,
be
yeah.
people out there that, and you know, some of these young people, they're trying on their own to find investors
Exactly.
outside of here to come in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So with that in mind and with that incentive that, okay, I already see a cafe here, I already see a bed and breakfast here, I already see
Mm-hmm.
a potential, you know, then investors will say, well, I see, you know, visionaries will see,
Yes.
oh, hell, I can make money here. There's a return on investment here. If I focus, you know, 10 million, I can probably double this within a, you know, time period. That's what investors do, they give it a time.
Sure, and you have to see that, you know, you're gonna
Just-
get your.
Yeah,
Money.
just the farmer's market. We have 4 businesses that started in the farmer's market that now have even stores, places in San Antonio,
Really?
because they hit it off. But they started small, and then they knew they did have some magic, and so they've done very well.
And there's all of this other stuff going on in the city. I rented a townhouse that I have to this couple, and I was meeting with a man, and he was telling me, nosotros tenemos 4 camiones, comenzamos con nada, tenemos ya 4. He says, he wants to sell them all and get money so he can start doing investments. And he says, I have money to invest. He says, I used to have a restaurant, and I used to have a store, a little grocery store. I mean, these are small, I mean, people out there we don't even hear about.
Yeah.
That's the small guy.
That's how we say,
That's,
nobody's, they are somebody.
I have a very good friend that just bought 10 buildings downtown.
A friend who bought 10 buildings?
10 buildings downtown.
Any of the LISD?
Was it the one?
LISD? Any LISD buildings? Oh, good.
All of them. Pues yeah.
So I mean, and they have money to do stuff with it.
Nice.
So that's why we're creating this master plan of trying to help all of these
And
folks.
it's all, right now with social media and everything, all of those plans, share them,
Right.
like, put it out there because it makes a lot of difference.
That's how
And
people
a lot
know.
of people say, oh, downtown, so far away, but people go wherever is the hot place.
Yeah.
Right now, I don't know if you guys have seen that restaurant Magnolia Cafe.
Yes,
Where is that? No, no.
It's on Market?
Yes,
Is it
on
Market?
Market,
Yes. It's packed. I went just to see because it's like
To try it out.
to try it out.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of
But
people.
there was a lot of people.
And
People
it's
waiting
small, right?
outside.
Yeah.
It's super small.
What's it close to?
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
H-E-B
It's
or-
no,
The railroad trucks?
more or less.
About 4
Yes.
blocks past the
Whatever.
railroad.
Yes,
Market?
yes, like
Market?
yes, on Market. Magnolia Cafe. And check it out
Was
on
it where Yolis
Facebook.
used to be there? Was the
It's right next to it.
It's past Yolis.
past
It's
Yolis?
a few more
you
blocks
pass
up.
I don't know
Yolis
the
is still
area.
Like
there.
Yolis is like this.
I know.
Yes. But
Oh, it was too.
It's the same people that go every day.
Oregon is good too.
They're all.
no, but this place is right next to a historic house or
Yeah.
building that they're redoing or. And they don't have their parking spaces are just limited, but they have already made arrangements with other houses and other buildings where people can go park.
Yeah.
but, you know, it's amazing how people follow those
It's
trendy
right now,
places.
trendy places.
So, yeah, so doing,
Can we use
Yes.
CBB money to advertise locally?
Locally, I don't believe so,
No.
no, but going to what Magari was suggesting, we could definitely talk to PIO, because PIO from our office, from the city, they could definitely do something, so we'll talk to Noraida. I
Yeah,
know they're doing a lot of changes on the PIO stuff, they're doing a lot of more YouTube videos, more,
yes.
stuff for the community,
the
so,
objective is having
Yeah.
more ambassadors, which,
Yeah.
you know, the
Yeah.
Yeah.
CVB
But
has
definitely work,
tried to do
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
yeah. No, definitely, I know, you know, there's different ways that we could work with local restaurants and stuff like that, because we do giveaways on social media, so definitely partnering, I know the marketing team does a good thing, with partnering with local vendors, attractions and stuff like that, to do raffles and, you know, do like a little weekend getaway, so reaching out to those local restaurants, that's because we want something unique, people that could come in and
Right.
experience something unique. And, so that was, where I was going with that is on the.
Back to your-
I'm sorry.
But it was,
The radio one's unique.
An hour later,
Yeah.
what were you saying?
That is 100%.
How do we get to talk about all this?
yeah.
Which is
No,
like La India.
Yeah, like, yeah.
That's destination.
Yeah.
You have to ring the doorbell to
Yeah,
go
come
in.
in,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's the cutest thing.
yeah.
Unique players,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's listen to Mr. Hoyle, let's listen to Mr. Hoyle.
I want to make one comment.
Yes.
Let's clean up downtown.
The what?
Let's clean up downtown.
Oh, it's been clean.
Oh, no.
Yes, sir, let me tell you.
We drive downtown and it's junky and it's dirty and it looks dirty.
Not
And it
everywhere,
is dirty.
but not everywhere. But let me tell
But
you
in most
what.
places.
Yes, but
I
let
just
me,
walk around, St. Augustine Cathedral, and I could get a, and we've discussed this before, Boyle, right? I
it's
could pick up a little thing, and I could pick up
a lot.
stuff a lot.
But
Let me tell
everywhere,
you,
Pero
but let me
mira,
tell you
pero
what
mira,
the city does.
It's not just the
Drive
downtown
by,
stuff, it's all over town.
in the evening, you
But-
can see how
But
dirty it
the
is.
city can't clean it by itself.
Right.
Because they go and they spray wash
Yeah.
and 15 minutes later, it's the same.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
what you need is the owner of that place to say, I'm going to also take responsibility. But it's like, I didn't throw it, I'm not picking it up. I mean,
And that's
it's
our store too.
Exactly.
Yeah, 15 minutes later, there's trash.
But that's
Yes.
everywhere, that's everywhere in the city. It's not exclusive of downtown.
No, it's everywhere.
Yes, we have to keep
People are,
it
you know,
here.
it's
We're
like,
on 1472.
you know,
I could do it worse there.
yeah, you know,
Well,
I had customers from Mexico that would come to
There's
the
there's
bank.
like no plastic
And
bags,
the
and
lady-
people go crazy, so.
The lady would be telling the kids, he said, no, dijo, cuando entramos a los Estados Unidos ya no tiren nada, porque aquí no pueden tirar. So they had been throwing things all the way from wherever they were coming, but here they're not supposed to throw. But now they're throwing. Everybody's throwing. I stopped a car the other day because they threw a dirty diaper out the door. And I went by it, yes. I went by and I stopped and I said, I said, ma'am, what's going on? Dijo, ¿ves que olía muy feo? Le dije, pues sí, pero párese, traiga un plastic bag, algo. Le dije, aquí traigo yo y ya le di.
But even the dog stuff, people who walk their dogs, they, I mean, they go to somebody else's house and they're like, if the dog is running to their house, and they don't pick up, it's like, you're supposed to pick up.
all you have to go is go down Killam Industrial Boulevard.
Oh, those are the truck
Potholes!
Yeah.
Potholes. The city has not, and I asked the city, he said, you know what Orfila says? I don't have enough workers.
He doesn't have enough what?
Workers!
Workers, he doesn't.
But then we should do something
We don't
about
have
it.
essential workers.
Put these guys from the county that are in jail and put them out there.
Well, it's against the law now, but it used to be able
It
to
used to
do
be,
it.
it's not anymore.
Yeah, it's against the law
It's
now.
not just a downtown area.
No, you're right.
No, it's, and once, you know, we have a little column in the Sunday paper, and it says, where's the Laredo Proud sign? Bullshit.
Laredo Proud starts with cleanliness.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah.
Where is the Laredo
No, I'm
Proud
gonna have to
sign?
leave at 10, I hope it's
And
okay.
we get awards,
Yes.
don't we get awards for Laredo Beautiful?
Yeah.
From who do we get awards from?
My neighbor, I have a very good neighbor, but he's a coach, but he has kids and whatever. So anyway, so he built a little house for one of his girls. And the other day, there was dirty diapers and beer cans in my backyard. You know, we have a tall fence that some other neighbor had built. So anyway, so I put everything in a bag and I took it to my neighbor and I said, sir, I don't have a baby and I don't drink this beer. And it's right here in my fence,
Yeah.
between your fence and my fence. What do you think happened? He said, yo le arreglo. And he took the bag. So,
Make them aware.
They'll
Yes.
never do it again.
Yeah.
They're never.
no, never.
It's unfortunate, but you have to do that sometimes.
I used to remember going to Malta Norte. These people.
Taking things out. Yeah, that has gotten a little better,
Yeah.
a little better.
Yeah. So, Madam Chair, the other things that I wanted to highlight is that we, on page 10, we met with the representatives from the Casablanca State Park. And people know that we have a state park, they have the lake, that there's a lot of activities that they offer. And Selena and I, we had a chance to do a tour of the Aquatics Center. There, the UISD, that's on page 12. And so we are working with them as well.
That's gonna be where? On Caviu?
That's the Aquatic Center, that's the one that opened at the Student Center, the SAC.
At the SAC, the
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bill
the
Johnson
Yeah,
Activity
so
Center.
It's Lake Casablanca now with water.
With water, yeah.
beautiful, yes. Yeah, and they have a lot of activities going on. Next year, they're gonna be celebrating 100 years anniversary.
Wow.
So they're planning a lot of activities for November
Are
of
they
next
doing the
year.
parade, the float parade?
They're trying to bring that back,
That
yes.
would be great.
That also depends on the water level.
On the water levels, yeah.
You know, there used to be an Olympic-sized swimming pool there,
Yeah,
and they covered it up.
yeah.
Because somebody drowned. I was there.
Yeah.
Well, that was a previous administration,
Yeah,
but there was just, it was a party that nobody should have gone.
yeah.
Well, we saw yesterday the groundbreaking for the Buena Vista.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
That's
yes.
exciting. Can you
We're
share a
really
little bit
excited.
of that?
Yes, definitely, Magali, the groundbreaking was yesterday at 9, and so I don't know if you guys got to see the logo, but it's kind of like a buck, and it's a Buena Vista. It was basically named after the owners of the ranch that donated the land. And
Is
so,
that what Natura was one of the?
yes. So the county put the entrance of the street, that was a county project, so I think it was like, if I'm not mistaken, it was like, I think he mentioned, Commissioner Gonzalez, either $5.3 million project or 5.7, but it was over 5 million to do that road. So it's interesting because it's city, TxDOT, then county, and then, so it was interesting how he was saying the partnership. Those funds were actually going to use for another project, but they saw the importance of that area to get developed. And so
North Central Park was a combination of city and county.
county,
Right.
yeah.
I know, I remember because Commissioner Velasquez was one.
Yeah. So the complex is going to have, the first phase is going to include 10 multi-purpose fields, all turf, that's going to be used for baseball and softball. And then it's going to have 2 pods
And
for soccer.
Two.
Yeah, that's the first phase. The second phase will include 5 more additional fields. all turf, so you can use year-round. It's gonna be more cost-saving for the city, no irrigation.
That's great.
Yeah, the maintenance is
Yeah,
very
the
low
kids-
maintenance.
The soccer kids that I hang around with, they all want that.
Yeah, they all want, everybody's
turf,
using turf.
because otherwise they have the rocks.
Yeah,
Landscaping and everything is
Landscape-
planned for no irrigation or anything.
That's
because
correct.
we need to
Yes.
water conservation,
Yes,
water
that's
conservation
correct.
right
Yeah, we
now.
have the water.
and the good
Yeah.
thing that the ranch has, like, so, local, they already have, they're gonna leave ponds there that are part of the ranch. So people could do like fishing, you know, it's gonna be really nice. They're leaving most of the nature, the mesquite trees, stuff that doesn't really require that much water. Nopales, so,
Native stuff.
native stuff to the area. So they're gonna make it very, what, JG, the parks director, he was mentioning that they toured Louisiana, Oklahoma, and a lot of locations in Texas. And based on what he has seen, that this complex is probably gonna be one of the top from
That's great.
Louisiana, Oklahoma, and North Texas. So at least it'll probably be the best one, and at least for sure, South Texas. So we're really excited. The other wonderful thing is that the city at the same time is doing the water park. So that area is gonna have a water park as well, similar to Splashdown, not like Schlitterbahn or anything like that, but we already, the contractor already got hired, the management company, so a lot of stuff for the water park is coming along. So we're really excited, and I think all that area is gonna boom more. I know Right Ranch is going on its fourth phase of development, so we're just gonna see probably restaurants, hotels, hopefully.
Tell me how you get to it.
The easiest, there's different ways, but the easiest route, if you take 359, you turn on Cuatro Vientos, so you go underneath the bridge,
Okay.
and then you just basically gonna go straight on Loop 20, and then on Sierra Vista, you do a turnaround.
Oh, okay.
They
Uh,
have to do that turnaround.
Turnaround, yeah. Eventually, I think they're gonna open us, because there's a potential to put a light, but I think the Texas doesn't wanna put that many lights in the loop.
Right.
So right now, you do a turnaround on Sierra Vista, and as you do the turnaround, you're literally gonna see the entrance to the complex is already built, so you see the entrance right there. And, so it's really easy access. If you're in the other neighborhoods, like you could go through Los Presidentes, so there's different ways to get there. Zapata Highway, you can take Zapata and take Sierra Vista, and it takes you straight. And,
That's great.
but the locations, you know, I think it's perfect. All that area is booming with
I
housing.
know, it's like.
Oh,
And
great.
it's gonna connect to Concord Hills, and they're building a new Presidentes Avenue that Concord Hills is gonna be able to enter and exit. So there's a lot of moving parts that are making that area more easy to maneuver and exit. And so we're really excited for that area. I know on the north side as well, there's so many areas. But
I'm gonna say, you know, I'm amazed, you know, Perales Middle School with Freedom Elementary School, that's their feeder school, the elementary to Perales.
mm,
I mean, I remember, because my daughter-in-law teaches at Perales Middle School, and I remember when they first built it, and I went over there to see where she was. I thought it was a long way out, where she was at Gonzales. And then it's really not that far.
no.
And then you go in, and you used to see it was all puro monte.
Puro monte.
It was our ranch.
And
It was our
I know.
ranch.
And now that I know it's being developed, I mean, there are a bunch of developers already building homes all over. I mean, it's like,
And nice
they
homes.
build it, and they shall come, build a school, and everybody's around the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We started with Bonnie Garcia Elementary.
I
That's the
remember.
one that we donated. Bonnie is my mother's name. And then all the way to that Freedom. But
Freedom
I mean,
Perales.
they're building.
They're building like crazy. I mean, it's like, the playground is here, there's already construction right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's a lot
So
of kids.
it's really exciting that project. I was talking to Tommy, he's the new assistant director for Parks, and he was kind of saying if everything goes good, by mid 2024.
That's wonderful.
For sure. And apparently they already
That's
have,
here already.
and apparently they already have some people that already wanna host some tournaments there. So,
It's gonna be good for the pony league when they come.
yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
yeah. They were there. They had 3 representatives from Pony that were there. And so it's really
So all the hotels on the loop.
yeah, they're gonna benefit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice property, the land is beautiful, you know, we're very grateful for the families that donated the land. And there's a lot of neat things that are gonna happen in that area, and I think all that loop is really being developed from south all the way to north, and
Oh,
And TX Dot has a lot of projects.
Texas has a lot of projects,
Probably,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. So they're expanding,
Next
so,
year, they're working on something.
yeah. So we're really excited, and,
Laredo's gonna be a 500,000 population
Yeah, no,
in just a few years.
yeah,
And
definitely,
then when the new bridge in South Laredo,
yeah. So we're really excited where the city is going, and,
we need more
yeah,
highways. I was reading all the
Yes,
people
we need more.
writing another comments on the,
yeah,
on that project and said, what about the water? I mean, they should spend that money on the water, what about the roads? I mean, you know, they need to clean up downtown, I mean, it was like, why
yeah.
are they doing that? I mean, now
But
they're
it's
putting more.
they,
They.
not me.
Oh, no.
It's always they.
Yeah,
Well, they're talking about the people that approved the project.
yeah.
You know, what it's gonna, how it's going to impact traffic
Mhm.
in that area. Well, that's what happens, you know, and I think, yeah, they need to think of the infrastructure, and it's important to.
And the
Infrastructure
roads
is
in and out.
Yeah.
They have to have more roads, you know, outlets, you know. You have to-
Yes, there's so many subdivisions that
But
only
you can't-
have one
you can't-
way in and out.
You can't do just north and
That's
south, I mean, that's all the
dangerous.
traffic that you see, look at the loop, and just going north and south.
Look at the Boca.
Yeah.
They want to build 200 over,
Why did you move there?
because we got married. And we started living together after we got married, not before. Really?
Old fashioned.
I learned how to multiply after I got married.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're getting red?
Yes, a little bit.
Okay, I need to go in 10 minutes, so that's all.
Comments?
Yeah, the last thing, Madam Chair, that we wanted to report, and this is it's on page 14, it's the public relations activity report that Selena will be presenting, something that our agency is doing, so she's been working hands-on with our agency in the US market, so I'm gonna leave Selena to give us a little bit.
3 minutes then.
So, yeah, this will just do a summary. What they did is basically just compiled all the PR efforts that they've secured for us, which is the Zimmerman Agency. So from January of this year up to last month, which was July, our year-to-date total impressions that we've received in print advertising and online, and I did public relations because these are efforts where we didn't pay to be in these publications, we didn't pay to be in these websites, it was just purely based on pitches, is 230,987,917 combined impressions. So that equates to a total media value of $209,000, $209.88. So, you know, this is something where they pitched the WBCA celebrations, the Burning Festival, culinary, you know, treats in Laredo, whether it's leisure activities or historical sites, and as well as the Sister Cities Festival. And this year we received a lot of Sister Cities coverage, both in print and online. One of the interviews that Boyle did with them did make it into, I want to say, Texas Highways. And, you know, we had a really big placement in that particular publication. And I think that showed, you know, with the attendance that we built for Sister Cities this year, which was, I want to say 20,000 or almost 21,000. Yeah, you know, coming after pandemic and after being silent for those 2 years, you know, I think that was just a great comeback. But, you know, we just wanted to showcase, you know, this part of the work that the agency is doing for us.
I think it's tremendous.
Yeah.
I love the culinary scene is heating up in South Texas.
Yes, and we're making, you know, just positive impacts, you know, of making sure that Laredo still is top of mind to our visitors throughout the state and throughout the US as well.
That's wonderful.
So this other report is quarterly on February, March, April.
Yeah, it's broken down by month, but the first graphic that you see at the beginning, that just gives you a summary on the total of the
All this.
values and the numbers.
Of all this.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like you quantify, right?
which is great, you know, that's basically free advertisement that we were able to get. So we're very excited. I know Selina's been a key on that, so.
So, yeah, and you know, because we do have a monthly meeting that the staff has along with the Zimmerman team. And, you know, we go over, well, what's going on in Laredo? What can you picture? You know, looking at the national days that are coming, like, oh, you know, the national, you know, Tequila Day, National Taco Day. So they'll pitch, you know, well, give me three restaurants, you know, and give me, you know, 3 drinks that you can find in Laredo. Or let's do a package, like for Valentine's Day, a romance package, you know, where there were some publications that were like, we want to cover South Texas specifically. And we reach out to different hotels and different restaurants in town. And for that particular one, La Posada was chosen. And La Posada's package was a weekend or a Valentine's weekend with, you know, a champagne bottle and chocolates and everything. And it was also budget friendly to stay within the length of the story. So that was an angle that they were looking for, something budget conscious and, you know, for like a weekend getaway within South Texas.
People like that. I mean, you know, that people don't know what to do for Valentine's anymore, the flowers and, you know, that's nice, but, you know, you want to get away and have a romantic 2 days.
Yeah. So right now that we had the groundbreaking yesterday for the new sports complex, PIO did the press release this morning. It was sent out to the agency. So now they'll be, you know, showcasing that as well as coming soon for 2024.
Yeah.
You know, and specifically to the publications where you've got your tournament directors, you've got your sports administrators, all the decision makers on, you know, who's looking already to book tournaments for the future. They'll already, you know, have Laredo top of mind for that time frame.
Yeah.
That's great.
Perfect.
I mean, I think that as we go forward, I mean, things are looking brighter and brighter all the time.
Yeah.
And I think with people like your organization, you know, doing what you're doing to try. You know, but I think that we need to focus on how to do it better, you know.
Yeah.
What do we need to do?
Solutions.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't give me the problem, give me the solution.
Right, right.
That's the way it is.
So,
Anything on the National Park that's gonna cost us billions of dollars?
well, no, it's not gonna cost us billions of dollars, let's not, this quote, yes. It's gonna cost millions of dollars, but it's not all coming from the city. It's also gonna be, federal funding and
Mexico
probably some state funding for it. And once again, we're trying to keep away walls
Yeah.
and keep positive things
Right,
going,
so
so that should be a
embrace
positive.
wonderful.
And that's something that's already been done in other parts. And once again, if we don't block it, if we embrace these things like they're embraced in other cities, we can have a beautiful entrance to our city.
That's right.
So we have to look at it that way.
Activity breeds sales.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's very important to have something like that. You know, there was, 2 friends of mine traveled from San Diego to Laredo. In every port, they asked the people crossing, any visa problems? No. They asked the downtown people, all the downtowns that have been already made very nice, like El Paso. No problems with visa. Aquí,
A lot of problems.
So, and people of all walks of life.
of all walks
don't
of life.
discriminate.
Exactly.
They don't discriminate.
So,
So you're
speaking of
coming
which,
shopping.
do I have, I know you all send out an email, but it's like an overall email, but I don't have email addresses because I have a lot of information on immigration policies that are coming out and who we can send our letters to. They're already pre-made letters, if you all want them.
Yes.
But I don't have your email
Our
addresses.
email
Yes,
is
we can.
Yeah, it's in the book.
Ah, okay, good.
Yeah,
I'll
they're
send you all.
at the beginning where-
Hello, I know. Yeah, but, because I'm walking late. But, I'll send you that information, because that's very important information, how we're trying to push, I guess, a better, understanding and a better, relationship with our border crossing, especially here.
Yeah.
So we don't have that issue, that we don't have that reputation, because you're right, that is a serious
It's
issue.
They need
unfortunate,
to
but I
take,
think.
they need to take some kind of training
Yeah.
as people there at customs, I mean,
Trust me, we're
to be more,
looking at
It,
that.
it's
Very
existed for years and years, that, I don't know if it's an attitude or a,
culture thing.
And
be
leadership,
positive.
leadership,
Yes,
leadership.
very negative, you know.
I think they prejudge people by looking at them, I mean, it's like, really?
Yeah.
No, there's some people that you wouldn't believe that they literally do it. They question them, they twist them, they just, it's like, and there are people that don't. I mean, there was no way they were, good family people, that they're just,
There's do's and don'ts that they can do and things that they cannot do.
yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Karina, thank you. I guess if there's no other questions at this point, do we have anything, well, first of all, our next meeting date is October the 6th.
October 6th?
October
Yes.
6th. And do we have any other announcements to bring to our meeting today?
Just a reminder, this is, for November 18th, 19th, and 20th, we do have the second annual holiday market that is going to be taking place here at the outlet shops at Laredo.
What's the date?
It's a holiday market.
18th, 19th, and 20th.
Holiday market.
This is the holiday market by Sister Cities.
In November?
Yes. And, it's just going to be, we had it last year, and it kind of did a good fit, to get your early start on Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
And there are about, I want to say 50 vendors, from
The
the
first
Sister
year, I think
Cities.
this year we're doing up to 80.
Up to 80?
Yeah,
Okay,
this year we're
so
doing-
we've got,
So we're doing Sister Cities and the
Holiday
holiday.
yes,
By Sister.
but this one's just a mini version.
And then you-
Yeah, then
Yeah.
it's good, because a lot of people are looking for something different for
Yeah.
Christmas and they
Uh-huh.
do it.
Can you give me the graphics so I could, if you want, I'm offering, we could put it on our electronic board?
We'll send it to you. Can you have the specs, or can you send the specs to Selena?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send them to you. Do you have them
Is the
already?
same person that's sending the logo for you now?
Yes,
I can ask her.
Maria Lagos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll email her and ask
Yeah.
her to tell her that.
yeah, so she says we could put that, and we could put it on the Commerce Bank electronic board and on the one here. And Balkan would probably do the same.
I
They've
think
been very
everybody would
cooperative.
do it, because I think it's a good time.
For this one, since it is a very small festival, like we're not going to be soliciting sponsorships, but we will be soliciting sponsorships for, the Sister Cities
That's a
and the
good
arena.
thing. That's a good thing. That's what is responsible.
So we appreciate any intent.
What were the dates?
There's
November
18th,
18th, 19th, and 20th.
November.
Is it?
Yes.
It does, yeah, it's there. It's in
It's
page
on page 13.
13.
What's gonna be the, I know it's in the, at the outlets, right? But where do they have?
Upstairs by H&M.
Yeah, it's right in front of H&M.
Okay, so it's outside.
18, 19, and 20.
It's going to be, those stores right there are vacant.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like open area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they'll all be housed,
Like one of them doesn't have a name, but the other one
But
is the
it's not
fruits.
where the farmer's market is, right?
No,
No,
the farmer's market is downstairs.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna have farmer's market at the same time.
At the
Same
same
time?
weekend, yes.
Yeah, one day on Saturday. There's gonna be like two different events. I know the Consul last year had another event, but I think it was really good. It didn't affect anybody, and Raymond was
And there
an
were several
exhibitor.
people that
But it
did
was-
go to the holiday market that were here from Laredo,
Yeah.
and they had never heard of the Sister Cities Festival. So,
They're not
we
paying
reached some
attention.
people that they were like, oh, this happens every year, and we're
Yeah.
like, oh,
Wow.
yes.
So,
That's why I'm
Yeah.
planning
I
that
know that's
way.
it because the customers the clients that just went to the outlet mall to shop for a coat,
Uh-huh,
and they saw that, go, wow, this happens every year.
Right.
So
yeah,
yeah.
it's good.
so really excited. But that's the only
People
one.
are just beginning to go to
Thank you.
the outlet.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
They're just beginning to, I mean, it's not like it's hard.
They still complain.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but it's too
Oh,
long.
yeah.
Let the minutes show that IBC and Commerce Bank is having that, the cancer thing where how neat is it? that you donate money and they match it. Wow! And United Way, with 23 nonprofits, they're starting their campaign. So especially us old timers that are, what do you call it, retired, sometimes we say, hey, United Way, but I mean, I used to donate when I was working, but now I'm retired, so the hell with it. No. But it's, and let it be known that everything that is donated to United Way, guess who matches it? The Hertz Corporation. Bill Green matches it. Remember that?
Thank you, Mr. Odell.
Yeah.
Good information.
Thank you.
Okay.
Anything
I
else?
have one last question, because we were talking about the parks, and I didn't forget about what we talked about beautifying our city parks. Has there been any discussion on that here, or any initiative on this end? Okay,
We
that's fine.
were gonna
Yeah.
discuss it, well, I don't know when you brought it up, but it was, we were supposed to get the people from parks
From the parks
to
to
come and make a presentation.
Oh,
yeah, that's
I-
right.
I remember.
I reminded Irene about that. She wanted to, I think she's going to reach out to you, Mr. Castillo, to speak with you, just to kind of refine her invitation, because she wanted to see if you wanted parks here and keep Laredo beautiful.
Yes.
And at the same time, she wondered if maybe the better fit was for you to present to maybe their committee.
Oh, the other way
So
around.
she's not sure. She wanted to speak
That's
to you to
fine.
clarify that, to
That's
get you
fine.
in the right place, or to have the conversation in the right place.
And I'll tell you the truth, I'm kind of impatient about these things. So there's a couple of Rotary clubs that are already starting their projects.
Rounds, yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay, and we're helping them actually financially with doing that. And they're picking areas, which is kind of, I mean, I'm not stopping, but I did tell them that this was gonna be happening, this was gonna be part of it. One Rotary is focusing completely on the binational, the Monarch project, so they're focused on that as well. So, the only thing is, I would extend the invitation when we do meet, or when they do meet, if any of you want to be a part of it, just to listen in and kind of show the CBB support for it as well. I think it's good when they hear that other people are vetted, you know, as far as helping as much as possible.
I think it takes an effort, you know, from everybody, if they see more people,
Yeah.
you know, into it.
And then the other thing I was gonna mention was at the chamber, I'll be, taking over as chairman of the board next month, no, this month, September, yeah, this month. Yeah,
Chamber,
not really,
Brett.
but the one thing that I wanted to mention was that, one of my main initiatives for this year is to promote the city. And I think that promoting our businesses promotes our city. So I want to do a kind of a collaborative effort with all agencies. So there will be a strategic meeting planned, probably at the bank, with key agencies, and CBB being one of them, to basically just not necessarily do anything particular they want to, they can, but just so we can all be on the same page and sharing our initiatives, our objectives, and our projects.
Yeah, we need to coordinate like that.
Yeah.
We don't want to be like the FBI and the DEA and all that.
You need everybody involved.
So that's what I'll be putting in, it'll happen probably in mid-October. So I just want to extend, the invitation's gonna go out to everyone to be there as well. I just wanna have an RSVP of people that want to attend, and if you can think of any other entity that should be a part of that, I would welcome that as well, such as Laredo Main Street, such as, any other downtown culture. I think the Cultural Arts District, the Arts, the County Heritage Foundation. I think everyone should be here. I want everyone to kind of hear my side of what I plan, and then their side, so they can say, that's a good idea, that's a bad idea. I mean, I'm open to everything.
Is it going to be chamber membership exclusive?
No,
No.
that meeting, no. That meeting is open to all
When are you
residents.
going to have the meeting?
At the bank.
No, when?
When? Mid-October, I still don't have an exact
Oh,
date,
okay.
but it'll probably be, I'm
You let
trying to
us
figure
know?
out, I'm trying to figure out with the chamber people that
Okay.
that they could be there as well, but I'll definitely send out that.
Perfect.
Gabriel, we still need a face for the Chamber of Commerce. Miguel Conchas was there for a long time, he was a face.
Yeah.
I haven't met this lady that's there, has been there.
A lot of people have, I mean, honestly.
She's been very
She's
active.
She's been very
everywhere.
active.
Yeah.
At the Chamber.
Yeah.
I haven't
She's
met
been
her,
very
but anyway.
active. She's
She's
not
been
been
everywhere.
much spring, but
She really
Yeah,
has,
she
quite
was
frankly,
everywhere.
with all due respect to Mr. Concha, she's really done a stupendous job. She really has elevated
Okay,
a lot of our
good.
staff.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I know in LinkedIn she's everywhere.
it's a different, I think a different approach
Yeah.
to what she does, but she's very hands-on on everything.
Oh, yeah.
And I see a lot of positive things in what she does. I think she's getting to know the city, but from the get-go, she hit the ground running, going to every single meeting she could go to.
She was at the Sister Cities Festival already.
I think
Yeah.
you guys were one of the first organization that she reached out. Right?
Yes.
She has met with you guys
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah.
She was there.
But yes, but I welcome everyone's opinion and everyone's, any input you can give, I'm more than open to hear it and see what we can do to make a difference.
Okay.
Thank you, Lorena.
Thank you
I
guys.
just
Yeah.
want to take this moment to thank everybody for being here today. I know everybody has a busy schedule, and do we have a motion to adjourn our meeting? A motion to.
La que vino tarde.
Yes.
Thank you.